Colorectal cancer is the second most deadly form of cancer. However, most cases found at an early stage are also highly curable. I'm joined today by Linda Hinnenkamp with the Tammy Walker Cancer Center to talk about colorectal cancer. Linda, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start out with talk about the prevalence of colorectal cancer.
Well, like you said, colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of death in both men and women, and it's the third leading cause of cancer in both men and women.
How about the signs and symptoms of somebody who maybe has colon cancer?
And one would be a change in bowel habits, like constipation or diarrhea, or abdominal cramping, blood in the stool, rectal bleeding, weakness and fatigue. Unintended weight loss would be something that would be, and that would be for any cancer. Unintended weight loss is something to be sure and talk to your doctor about. And especially want people to know about this if they're younger people, because we're seeing a trend for younger people to have colorectal cancer. In fact, at the Cancer Center, we've had some 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds with colorectal cancer just in our center.
Let's talk about some of the risk factors for people who are at risk for colorectal cancer.
So there's some risk factors that you can't do anything about, and one is age. So once you're age 50, we want you to get a colorectal cancer test, but if you're African American, you have a higher risk of getting colorectal cancer for some reason, and more African American people die from colorectal cancer, and we don't know why in the US. If you have a family history of colorectal cancer, like a sibling or a parent or a child, that's something that maybe you need to talk to your doctor about getting tested earlier than 50. If you have a syndrome, like a genetic syndrome, that's something that you need to be aware of. If you have type 2 diabetes, which is kind of an interesting thing.
Linda, let's talk about prevention.
So one thing is, if you're obese or overweight, try to get that off, lose some weight. If you eat a lot of red meat or processed meats, those are something that we'd like you to cut back on. If you have the habit of cooking at high temperatures, like broiling, grilling, and frying, do a little bit of less than that. Heavy alcohol use is something that is a really thing that can lead to colorectal cancer. And then number one is smoking.
Let's talk about screening for colorectal cancer.
The gold standard is a colonoscopy. We still want everyone to get their colonoscopy starting at age 50. Okay. And then if there's nothing wrong, they will have you come back in 10 years. But if they find polyps, this is where colorectal screening becomes prevention, because they can cut out any kind of polyps, and then those are the things that will turn into cancer, and then that prevents the cancer down the road.
In between colonoscopies, I know that screenings are an option. Tell me about that.
You can do this colorectal screening test that we're giving out for free right now. It's called an iFit test. And what it does is it detects human blood, and it's blood that you can't see in your stool. The results will be sent to you and to your doctor.
Thank you for watching The Pulse. For more information, please visit TammyWalkerCancerCenter.com and like them on Facebook.